G'day, guys. If you are a DJ that is wanting to make the move from Pioneer to Denon, and you're needing to be able to learn how to move your music and to be able to move your software from Pioneer's Rekordbox over to Denon DJ's Engine DJ software, then this is the video for you. It's going to go for a while. Probably about 20 to 30 minutes. So go grab a beer, go grab a cup of joe, whatever it is that floats your boat, because there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to be able to share with you. I'm making this video not only for myself to remind myself what I actually did to even be able to do all of this, but to also help the community, because I just couldn't find a video like this that gave me all the info that I needed in one hit. I ended up having to call the UK, had to call Melbourne, different companies associated with Denon, just to be able to get some sort of information. I used ChatGPT a ton, and I finally came to a workaround that's worked pretty well for me, that uses that has music that's pretty well organized and uses a lot of intelligent playlists. If you don't know what an intelligent playlist is, you will be learning about this. I'm also going to be teaching you how to be able to add just one new song to your library and how that's going to sync to everything. And I'm also going to use, well, I'm going to show you here, we're going to be going through and we're going to be looking at Rekordbox. We're going to be looking at Engine DJ. We're also going to be using a third-party software called MIXO, okay? And we're also going to be just doing a fair bit of stuff. So let's get, without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, with Rekordbox, I had been using iTunes for a very long time to organize my music. And with most good DJ software, you can basically just, because most people have been using iTunes for a long time, you can just essentially sync the music that's on iTunes into your software that you use to DJ, like Rekordbox or Engine DJ. So in this particular case, this icon over here with iTunes, I had all of my music here. When I would click on the buttons, it would all just pop up on here onto the screen. And then I could go through and edit the songs, and I could add all of these different hot cues and loops and memory cues and all this sort of stuff. And it worked pretty damn well. Anyhow, when I went through the process of watching a video to just click on File, Export Collection in XML format to then be able to create a file that I could then use in Engine DJ, it didn't work. The music would come across, but none of the actual hard work that I had done to create all of the hot cues, none of that came across, which was really frustrating to me. So to keep the information as short as I can keep it, what I then had to do is I had to get rid of iTunes. I decided, you know what? Apple are actually getting rid of iTunes as it is anyhow. So let's just move it all over to Rekordbox. Rekordbox is definitely a way more powerful program than Engine DJ. Engine DJ is definitely very, very beginner, but it's also, it's really good. It's very smooth. It does the minimum of what you really need it to do. But if you're wanting a lot more power, Rekordbox is certainly it. So I decided to change over from iTunes to Rekordbox. And in doing so, what I had to do is I had to move all of my music out of my on my computer, my iTunes folder where I had all my music. I actually dragged all of that music into just one folder, one music folder. But instead of just having it within the standard music folder here that you have on your computer, whether you've got a Mac or you've got a PC, I've got a PC here, as you can see, I use OneDrive. I like to sync everything that I've got on my computer so that I don't lose it. So with the music that's on my computer, so here's my OneDrive file. All of these folders here, pretty much like 95% of all the files on here are all on the cloud. And they're not, you can see here, all of these little icons here indicate that all of the files are just on the cloud. And when I use them, they actually draw the information from that file on the cloud. But music, it's refreshing here at the moment. Music is the only one where I have every single one of those files, 37 gigabytes worth of it, all saved on my computer and backed up on the cloud, because it, at least for me, in being a former DJ using my computer associated with my actual deck, it would be a lot slower to download and use the music if it was having to drag it and download the actual tune from your cloud before it could actually play on the deck, which was pretty crap. So I put all the music here now on. You can see all these green ticks. That means that they're live on my computer. So I've got all of my music related files. Every single song is in here. And I've also got the folders from Ableton, and this is just a separate one, iTunes, not that I'm going to be using that anymore. I could probably delete that. And also Rekordbox Pioneer DJ. All of it is just pointing towards this one particular folder now. So it made it pretty well. Now, it was really important that I did this to be able to then go through and go to this particular icon here within Rekordbox to set up all of my playlists. I basically did a carbon copy of the way that I'd set them up in iTunes, where I then utilized the power of what Rekordbox call intelligent playlists. So as you can see here, all of these playlists that I've set up that have cogs next to them, they are what are called an intelligent playlist. If I go up here to brand new tunes 2025, this is just what's called a static playlist. I've dragged these songs into here, they sit in there, that's it. Whereas these ones here, these, if you're not familiar with these, this is why I'm explaining it, these have rules associated with it. Edit the intelligent playlist. So basically, all of the music that automatically goes to that playlist there has a BPM of 60 to 70. It has a label though. In the label column, it contains the words genre mix. So I've basically put all of the genres of music that I like, that I'd love to be able to actually DJ, that's between the BPMs of 60 to 70, they will then automatically propagate into this playlist. Now, as you can see, there's none. So I could probably get rid of that. When I go to 71 to 80, though, there's a lot more. That's a lot faster BPM, essentially, in comparison to that. Whereas, say, for a lot of house music that I like to play, 121 to 130, then you're going to see here within the genre, there's a bit of pop, there's a bit of house, there's a bit of rap, there's a bit of everything. And this is sort of a good opportunity then to mix genres and have a bit of fun playing with it. So anyhow, I've got all that stuff sitting there, and like I said, that's a static playlist. These are intelligent playlists, intelligent playlists. Engine DJ calls them smart playlists. Now, what I would recommend to do then is that if you haven't already, is before you do anything moving your music over to Engine DJ, really just set up, if you're wanting to continue to use Rekordbox, which I think is a good thing to do, because eventually, I'd like to be able to. I'm not a professional DJ by any means. I'm just a home hacker. But I've been playing for about 5 years. Been listening to dance music for more than 30 years. It's I've got a good ear for music. Bottom line is that if I do in the future want to actually start playing in some clubs and stuff and doing more work, say with other friends, parties or whatever, and they've got Pioneer equipment there, I know at least how to use the basic stuff and the basic setup and have the muscle memory for it. You're going to need to use Rekordbox. So I'd love to be able to keep my music library synced between Engine DJ and Rekordbox. So in that respect, if you don't want to use Rekordbox, you can drag all this stuff across to Engine DJ and just focus on that and leave it at that. But if you're wanting to use both, this is the way that you're going to do it. So we've gone through, you set this all up, everything's all looking good. Everything, like you go through all of your music with a fine-tooth comb. There are other programs, amazing programs. There's one that I used to use called BeaTunes, BEA Tunes. If you look that up on YouTube, I've even done a video about that years ago, and that'll help you to be able to really organize your music very, very well, and provide artwork if you don't have it, and get rid of, you can even do a little bit of that here in Rekordbox. If you want to display all missing files or display all duplicated files, you can get rid of a whole heap of duplicates if you've got tons of songs in 2 or 3 versions of it, type sort of thing, that is just a bit overkill. Once you've got that all organized, you go to File and you go to Export Collection in XML format. One other process here that I probably didn't talk about: Preferences, Advanced, Auto Relocate Search Folders. This is where you would put the address here to the newly created music folder where you have everything sitting in it. This will make it easier for you to be able to relocate the files when you're wanting to use it here within Rekordbox. Once you've got that all done, you go to File, Export Collection in XML format, I then saved this, same again, I saved that in my music folder. You can't see the music there at the moment because it's just showing file types like folders and XML files, but I've saved that there. Once you've done that, now you're ready to go over to Engine DJ. So once you're in Engine DJ here like this, you can go to Rekordbox, or actually, sorry, you need to go to Preferences first. You need to go to Library. You need to go here to Integration. And the only one I've got turned on here is Rekordbox Library, and I've clicked on Hot Cues and Loops. Unfortunately, you can't choose hot cues, loops, and memory cues if you use all of them, and I do, at least in Rekordbox, so maybe I'm going to be moving on from using memory cues because I'd rather have the hot cues and loops there like that. So I've got that there, and once you've done that, it should then basically come up with this little icon in the left here saying Rekordbox, and this here is the refresh button. I'm just going to click on it now because I think once you do that first up, it's going to ask you, it's going to prompt you to open the file that then opens up the XML file for Rekordbox. So mine's there. I'd click on that there again. It's going to come up with all of the information there so that it is a replica of what you would then see here in Rekordbox. Same thing. So now I've got that all there. That's all great. The problem here now, though, well, not the problem, is that when you're using an all-in-one, or you're using CDJs and all that sort of stuff, you're not going to have your laptop connected to it. You need to use a USB or an SD card. So this is where you then need to understand that, great, you've got the music here in Rekordbox. Unfortunately, you can't then just sync the music that is in Rekordbox to go over to the USB. You need all of this music here, so you can't see any music there at all. You need all of this music to actually be here in the engine library. So at the moment, when I click on that, there's nothing there. So there's a couple of different ways to get this particular music over. That is going to utilize just manually doing things in here versus using the program that I was bringing up before called MIXO. So you can subscribe to MIXO for like even just 1 month, and it's $7 to be able to do this, $7 US, and then you can turn it off, and it'll allow you to be able to send across your playlist exactly the way that it is in Rekordbox. Whereas if you don't use it this way, there's a lot of screwing around that you have to do to be able to especially use intelligent playlists. So, and I use intelligent playlists a lot, as you saw. So this is important to me to be able to have this all set up the way that I do. Because, yeah, like I said, back here in Rekordbox, if I just add one new song, I added 3 today. If I add these 3 new songs and I put all of the information correctly in here the way that I want, and then I then use the beauty of smart playlists, if I then use what I've decided to use is 2 different particular columns, comments and labels. If you're not seeing those columns, you can right click and then you can choose what you want to see and what you don't want to see. But I've got comments and labels, and whenever I write certain words in there, and then I actually put like just a a vertical line in between to segregate them. I don't think you have to do that, but still I've got them there. Ladies in Evolve, if I write these particular words in there, then it automatically sends these 3 songs to several different playlists underneath here based on BPM environments, the ladies environment, the Evolve Brasmus set. It's going to go to the genre mix BPM as well, and it's also going to go to all of the different genre playlists. So if I just want to play hard rock for one night, then all of the hard rock music is going to come up. So I don't have to do anything manual for all of these playlists. It all automatically happens based on you just taking care of your music from the very, very start. So all of that stuff now comes up here on this side. Okay, it's all looking good. But as you can see, there's no little cog there. It's not a smart playlist. This is a static playlist here now in a Rekordbox. And when you go to here, the way that you get your music across now from Rekordbox here is there's a couple of different ways. Like I said, we can use MIXO, but I'm going to do it this way here. If you don't want to invest in something like that, and if you've got a smaller collection of music, what you can then do is, so say for example, I just want to send across the 2025 songs that I downloaded today. I'm going to right click and I'm going to import as playlist. Now that I've done that and I go to here, if I right click on this, import playlist is not going to come up. If I go to 2025 again, it's not going to come up. If I go to 2024, nothing's going to come up. If I go to EDM and right click, it is going to come up. So what happens is that it sends it across here into Engine DJ. You can see it says brand new tunes 2025. Now my music is here in Engine DJ. And if I go to the sync manager to be able to send this across to my USB, that's I've got a 64 gigabyte what's it called, USB that's connected to my computer at the moment. I can send that music across now, whereas I couldn't do it before just from Rekordbox. This is an important step to be able to do. Now, the next thing that we've got here is that if I go to Rekordbox here, I've just basically sent across a static playlist, as I was talking about before. But I'm now going to go here to EDM. I'm going to go to Environments. I'm going to go to Ladies. I'm going to right click this one. I'm going to import as playlist. You'll then see it's going to come across over to here. In a second, it'll come up because it's just analyzing it down below. EDM. Environments. Ladies. So all the ladies stuff is now there. But once again, there is no cog next to environments. Whereas if I go to Rekordbox and I go to environments and I go to ladies, you'll see that I can edit the smart playlist details. Comments contains ladies. So this is a problem. So here, if you're wanting to continue using these smart playlists here within Engine Library, you can either recreate a new playlist and go to environments, create smart playlist, rename it, put in your rules, match all rules, click on create, and you'll see ladies will come up underneath it with a cog. Okay, but that's a lot of work to do that if you have a bigger playlist set like I do. But anyhow, as you will see, I have not put any of these songs here manually into this particular playlist. It's just because the comments, as you can see, they all have the word ladies in them. Okay, so that's the way that you can do that manually, right? Now, I'll just go back to here again. If I now right-click on that, it's not going to say import playlist. So it's a bit of a pain in the butt. That one will, though. So say, for example, you put, in the future, you want to put a new playlist here underneath EDM. It's still not going to allow you to be able to send it across. So that's where using MIXO can be really, really helpful. But at the same time, say, for example, you do want to send it across. The way that you would do this is you would say, for example, I want to go to the brand new tunes here. I've got 2024. I'm just going to go down there and I've got some different months, May 2024, like that. Right click, import. No, I can't do it. So I'm just going to keep this open here like this with these songs. Brand new tunes 2024 May. I could go to here and I could basically go brand new tunes. I could click on create playlist, call that 2024, like that one. And then we're going to go create playlist in there again, May 2024. So I could manually do it so that it matches it. Like that. I'll go back to Rekordbox, bring up the May 2024 music, go back to here, and then you have to literally Control A or Command A on a Mac, and then you'd actually have to drag it manually into here like that. Now I've got it there. So that should match on both sides. That's a bit of stuffing around if you have a big library, okay? So I'm going to go back to here now. And I'm just going to delete all of this. Now, this isn't permanently deleting it off your computer. I'm just going to remove it from my Engine DJ collection. So you'll see there's no music in there at all now. There's zero. The playlists are still there. So I'm going to remove those. Now we're back to square one again. Okay. Rekordbox is still there with all the stuff that I need. But because I want to send it across and I want the smart playlist part of it as well, I'm going to go to MIXO. So I went to mixo.com or something like that. I can't remember what website it actually is. There's a few things that I had to set up. I've got everything synced to it. All tracks recently added. All of the same playlists are all there as well. And the way that I basically did that was that once I had it set up, once I had settings set up the way that I needed to, I had to do a few things in here. I think it was advanced. I can't remember. I think I connected it to my cloud as well. Unfortunately, though, it then re-downloads and recreates a new folder with all the music again, which is a bit of a pain in the butt if you don't have a whole heap of memory on OneDrive, for example. But I've got a terabyte, so I've got a fair bit sitting there. So anyhow, it has created, there it is there, MIXO. It created a whole new folder. So I've been talking to them on email about, is this, do I need this? Is this important? But I don't think long term I'm going to be using this anyhow. But say, for example, we go to here, import, you would go to Rekordbox XML. You would then go to change file. You would then click on this. I've already done it though. It then comes up here with all of this. I would then want to import everything. So I would click on start import. Once I've done that though, you would then go to export. You would go to Engine DJ. And then, I need to quit Engine DJ first. So I'm just going to click on that. I'm going to go back to MIXO, click on reload page. Hopefully that's going to just refresh it nice and easily. And if it hasn't done that in a second, then maybe I'll just click off it. Maybe I'm just going to click around a bit. Go back to export, back to Engine DJ. I'll just try that there. Yep, there it is. So then you can go through and click on whatever it is that you want, and then you click on start export. Okay, so the change location, I've tried to do that, but it automatically always goes back here to Music Engine Library Database. So I'm going to turn that off because I'm just going to send across a couple of things for the purpose of what we're doing here. So I'm going to click on 2025. I'll click on that one. I'm going to go down here to EDM again. I'm going to go to environments, and I'm going to click on ladies. I'm going to click on start export Engine DJ, and this will do this no problems if the program is turned off. It should do it pretty quickly here as well because there's not too many songs in both of these playlists. That's already done. So I'm going to go back here and open it again, Engine DJ. And what we should see happen is the playlists are going to come up within the Engine DJ collection. Yep, Engine Library. There it is, brand new tunes. 2025. There's the few songs that I've added. And if I go to here, EDM, and I go to environment, now you can see ladies, and it's there's all the music there. And if I right click on it, I can edit it. It's brilliant. So this has helped me quite a lot to be able to make this happen, so I can get it all happening a lot faster. And then the goal then is that I'm not going, once I've got this all across, I'm not going to change anything within this, because say for example, I'm syncing, you'll see here it says sync to Engine DJ. So if I had a USB that was in now, which I do actually, say if you've made changes to your music whilst you're using the deck, you can then sync it back to Engine DJ, and the next time that you put the USB in, it's going to then sync with your library, and you don't have to keep deleting your library all the time if you want it to work with all the changes that you've got. So once I've done this, it's going to be one and done. But what I am going to be doing is I'm still going to be using Rekordbox. I want to use Rekordbox as well. So what's going to happen then now if I add one new song? Good question. So let's add one new song. I'm going to get rid of those ones there now. Don't need that. So what's going to happen here is that I've got one new song that I've downloaded that's sitting here in my download section. Okay, this one. So I'm going to, the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to move this into the music file that I've got on OneDrive. So I drag this into there. Beautiful. It's gone away from that now. I'm going to go back to Rekordbox. All right, I'm going to go up here to File, Import, Import Track. I need to go back to the music folder. Okay, so it's not, oh, there it is, it's coming up. And I've got this set so that if you go up here and you go to Date Created, if it doesn't show, then right click and make sure Date Created's on. I've got this set so that the newest songs come up to the top. I'm going to click on this one. I'm going to click on open. Great. So it's in there, but I can't see it. What do I need to do? I need to go to, not ladies, I need to go back up here to the top. I'm going to click on collection, all. There it is there now. So I would go through and I would drag this in here. I'm using the export mode of Rekordbox. I'd bring up the music. I'd put in all of my hot cues. I'd fix up all the stuff I need to. I'm going to go along here. The genre, I don't call it electro. I'm going to be calling it EDM, electro house. Yep, it automatically comes up. The key's already done. The time's already done. Let me go across to here. Comments, bitrate, yep, I've downloaded it. It's a good quality one, 320 BPM. 320 kilobytes per second as an MP3. I'm going to get rid of this label that is there. I'm going to put genre mix because I want that to be added to one of my smart playlists. The BPM is done. It's at 126. There's the date added. That's why this has come up at the very, very top. Comments, there's still label and comments, yeah. So now I'm going to put here evolve because I want that to go into that playlist as well. Done. And I think it's all looking pretty good to me. So now that I've got that done there like that, what I then need to do is I need to right click on this though, and I'm going to add this to brand new tunes 2025, April 2025. If I go back to do this again, you will see when I try to add it to a playlist, everything's grayed out because all of these are smart playlists. You can't manually add music to it. So that's when you know you've got smart playlists being used. So that's it. Whether it's one song, 10 songs, just get all of the metadata sorted, put them into the one playlist like I showed you there with that. Go to File, go to Export Collection in XML format, and you want to save this over the original file that you had before. Where is it? Here. Click on that and replace it. Okay, that can take a little while to export, especially if you've got a big library. And then once that's then done, you would then go here to Engine DJ. You go back to Rekordbox. You click here on the refresh button. Click on that, and now it's going to go through. I click on hot cues and loops, and now it's going to go through and refresh all of that and bring up the one extra song. If you want to see the progress, you go down here to the right bottom corner. It goes a lot faster than what it takes to export, at least for me it does. It goes a lot faster than exporting the XML from Rekordbox. Now it's going through, it's updating the track metadata as well. It took me a little while to find out where this was because, like, is it done? Is it still going? What's happening on? So then once that's done that, you can then go over to here and just make sure that it's all working. Right? So I'm going to go to brand new tunes. I'm going to go here to 2025, April 2025. There's the new song, Feel It. Okay. Comment, evolve, blah, 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 electro house, all that sort of stuff. So basically, if I was to go here down to Evolve, which is a playlist that I've got down here in Brasmus Sets, Evolve, it's going to come up in here somewhere. So if I was to then find date added, like that, just make sure I go to the 2025 up the top there. It should come up right up the very top. There it is, Feel It. So it's automatically gone into there. And whatever the other one was that I put it in, but it's going to go into a few different ones. So that's all good, right? Now, what we need to do though now is I'm going to click on April 2025 there. I'm going to open up Rekordbox. I'm going to go down to here to April 2025, and you'll see that the music is not, that song hasn't automatically gone over to there in Engine Library. You have to manually send it across. So what's going to happen is I'm going to go back to Rekordbox, April 2025. I'm going to click on this song. I'm going to go back over to here, Engine Library. I've got that opened up. I'm going to drag it into there like that. And now you'll see the song is actually there. And then what will happen is that same thing's going to happen. Unfortunately, I don't have it saying ladies. I didn't put ladies in the comments, but if I was to click here on ladies, you would then see it automatically come up to the top there. as well. So this is the best workaround that I've been able to find to be able to, get all of your music across from Rekordbox to Engine DJ using intelligent playlists, being able to find a workaround to add new music to both. To your music library that you have, but for it to be able to sync on both sides. Once you've got that, then you're going to the sync manager. You choose all of these. Sorry, if you were to click on all of these, this is an important thing to do here as well. If you've got one song or one playlist that you're wanting to export to your USB drive, you do not just click on that one particular box that has the music in it to send it across. You need to have everything clicked. Just keep it all the same, and then it'll basically go across and it'll sync it to the USB. So we've just hit the 30-minute mark. I hope that is of help to someone out there. I'm sure it's going to be, because I tell you what, this took me a bloody long time to work out how to do all of this sort of stuff. But Rekordbox, Engine DJ, MIXO, ChatGPT, lots of phone calls, and a lot of screwing around to be able to work out how to do this. I'm pretty stoked now that I'm going to be able to actually start using my Prime 4 Plus. If you've got any questions, don't ask me any because I don't want to answer them. I've done enough. But, if you've liked this, feel free to comment in the YouTube comments here below and give us a bit of love so that it gets it out there to more DJs that might be wanting to do the same and are needing a bit of a workaround. Enjoy. Let's get out there and play some music now.